Okay, we are now pleased to be joined by Indiana student athletes Allie Patberg and Chloe Moore McNeil. If you're joining us on Zoom and have a question, please use the raise hand feature and we'll get to you. We'll also take questions in the room. So we'll start there. We'll bring the microphones around in the front row.
I guess so. You guys got to sit and watch a bit of the Princeton Kentucky game yesterday. I guess what did you kind of immediately take away from watching that game, and kind of just in the immediate moments walking away from seeing Princeton win and kind of facing them tomorrow?
Yeah, they're a really good team. Offensively, they execute really well. I think at each position they're really skilled. They know their strengths, and they execute. Defensively, they play really hard. They switch ball screens, they switch screens, and so and they came ready to play. They were prepared and they were ready to win, and so they're a great team.
When you see a player like Abby Meyers over there, I guess what challenges does she present, and what's it going to take to, I guess, contain her defensively?
Yeah, she's a great player. It's going to take not just one person guarding her, but just all five of us, knowing where to be in positions, gaps. But she can score at all three levels, and so we're just going to have to make it tough on her. And again, like I said, it's going to take our whole team to slow her down.
Just for Chloe first, and then also Allie as well. Is Chloe kind of coming off the bench? You've played a lot more minutes recently, seen a much larger role as the season gone on. I think early in the year, Terry Moran talked a lot about kind of developing the bench, developing kind of more depth there, and that's really been you in large part this season. I guess how have you kind of, especially in the postseason, felt yourself kind of coming on more? Have you felt more confident? And I guess Allie, how have you kind of seen her develop as the season's gone on?
Yeah, so I think my confidence has grown over the season, and that's simply because of my coaches and my teammates believing in me. You know, after Matt got hurt, you know, Coach Moran came to all of us and just said, we just need everybody to do a little bit more, just produce a little bit more, go just harder, just a little bit more. So I think that has really motivated me, and my teammates have motivated me as well.
Yeah, Chloe, you know, she's a great player on both ends, and we've seen that since she came here as a freshman. But I think her confidence has gone way up just because, like she mentioned, Matt being out for a while, Chloe stepped up and she was in big moments, and so she's able to have confidence because she's been out there. She's had experience, and she's handled it great. And I'm really excited for Chloe here at IU. She's gonna have a lot of good years here, great years.
Chloe, was there any specific point where you could kind of sense, like, oh, my confidence, like I'm feeling a little more confident, I feel like I've improved, but was there kind of a turning point for you?
I would say the turning point was, you know, when COVID kind of hit us for a long stretch, and I had started for the Purdue game. That's when I was like, okay, I need to step up and produce, you know, a lot more than I usually have, because I know my team needs me, so I need to be there for them.
We'll go to second row.
Hey guys, Abby Meyers with WLKY. Back to kind of like the matchup against Princeton tomorrow. I feel like you guys are pretty, you know, evenly matched as guards and how they play with their posts. You guys are the same. What's it going to take for you guys to overcome them, I guess, matchup wise?
Yeah, I mean, like I mentioned, they're a great team, but I think we're going to have to defend for the whole shot clock. Like I said, they execute really well, and they hit all their options in their offense. And I think for us, just taking smart shots, but knowing where I think we have advantages, yeah, on the offensive end. So just, again, we always come into every game prepared. Our coaches always have a great game plan, and we just need to go out and execute it.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with Allie on that. I think the key is, since they are a very fundamentally sound team, is just to be disciplined on defense.
Allie, you've been here for such a long time now, and hosting's been a long time goal of this program. And to now sit here after hosting a game and finally getting that opportunity, what was that like? And guess how excited are you for another opportunity to play an NCAA tournament game here?
Yeah, it's been a goal of ours since we got here, and to have the opportunity just to play in the NCAA tournament alone is a blessing, and we never take that for granted. But to do it at home and just to see everyone come out and support us means a lot. Means a lot to our team, and we're excited for another game tomorrow.
Did it, aside from playing on the home court in general, I guess, is it striking, I guess, after playing in the tournament last year in the bubble, just playing in a more normal environment now?
Yeah, I mean, last year was different, obviously, and to have fans. I mean, it's hard because we've had fans all year, so we've kind of gotten used to it. But well, we wouldn't have had a normal NCAA tournament since my first year here. So, and I remember how it was at Oregon with their fans and how much of an advantage it was. And so again, I'm so thankful that we took care of our business during the season so we could host and have that advantage, honestly.
We'll take a few on Zoom. We'll start with Skip. Skip, go ahead.
Hey, Skip Daly here with the South Central Indiana News Network. Allie, you grew up in Indiana. Obviously, Assembly Hall is a big deal. Last year, you were afforded an extra season, and now this year, you have an additional opportunity. Tomorrow night will, however, be your final game at Assembly Hall. What are I know you're emotional with this, but talk about how Assembly Hall has helped shape you as a person.
Yeah, I love Assembly Hall. I grew up coming to games, dreamed about playing here, and I'm just thankful that I had 2 more games than I normally would have, and senior night wasn't my last game. But honestly, I'm just trying to stay in the moment. I'm trying to be prepared mentally for our game because I want to win. I want to win bad, and so I'm trying not to really think about it, honestly. But again, like I said, I'm just thankful that I get another game in Assembly Hall, and I'm going to make the most of it. We're going to make the most of it.
We'll go to Steve on Zoom next. Steve, go ahead. Now go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yep, we got you now.
Okay, thanks. Allie and Chloe, can you talk a little about the contributions that Grace makes, not just on the court, but off the court as well, and how she helps the team get to this spot and potentially to Sweet 16 next week?
Grace is a leader for our team. She may not be the loudest person on the floor or off the floor, but she leads by example every single day with her work ethic, with the way she approaches, every drill, every rep. So she's a leader for our team, and she's a competitor. She brings it out in everybody, and she's obviously super talented, super skilled, but a lot of people don't know how hard she's worked to become that, and we do. We see it every day, and I'm just thankful that she's been my teammate, and she's pushed me to be a better person and better player.
Yeah, I definitely agree with Allie. She might not say much, but I feel like her work says a lot. Even last year being a freshman, I just let her teach me and, watch her, and she really sets a great example for me.
We'll go to Haley on the Zoom next.
Yes, I apologize if this question was already asked. I had to come in a little bit late, but I wanted to talk to both of you, Chloe and Allie, about your feelings on having a late game tomorrow, 8 p.m. So I was wondering what the team does all day, kind of just waiting around to compete.
Yeah, obviously we know it's a late game. For me, I try to go to bed at an early time every night, so I'm on a pretty, honestly, strict sleeping schedule because I need all the advantages I can get. And sleep is one of them. But so tonight I'm going to try to stay up later so that I sleep in a little later so my day starts a little later. so I'm not just waiting all day. But we'll have a shoot around at 2, I think. We watch film. I'll shoot free throws. And so we stay busy with what we do and how we're preparing. And, yeah, like I said, I'm going to stay up a little later so I can sleep in.
Yeah, I think really the most important and biggest thing for us is just staying off our feet, no matter what, just getting rest, just staying focused so we can be locked in tomorrow.
We got time for a couple more.
I guess just following up on that, if you have any, what classes do you guys have on Mondays?
I have a structural kinesiology lab from 4:15 to 6:10, but don't think I'll make it. So
I guess that seems like a valid reason to probably skip class tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard to follow that. But obviously, you know, Mackenzie's injury was kind of a big storyline throughout the season, and just she played really well yesterday, especially in the second half. How have you seen her benefit from, I guess, the 2 weeks you had in between the Big Ten tournament and the start of the NCAA tournament, and how hard has she worked in her rehab to get to this, you know, to get back to where she's at now?
Yeah, I actually had a conversation with Mac after the Big Ten tournament, and I just thanked her for doing what she's done, to have surgery in the middle of the season and to come back. A lot of people wouldn't do that, but that just shows how much she is selfless in trying to do whatever it takes for our team to win, because she knows we need her out there. And so I thanked her for that. And we knew the 2 weeks that we had before the NCAA tournament, we were all going to benefit from it, but especially Mac. She got a lot of good reps, game-like reps. But I think it also helped us getting back to playing with her, getting accommodated with her, playing off of her. And so I think, you know, the game last night was, you know, the work of the past 2 weeks and her playing well and us being able to be in sync with her as well. So I think it was great.
Any other questions for the student athletes? Reminder, recording and transcripts are available on the NCAA Digital Hub. And thank you for your time, ladies.
Thank you.
thank you.